Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm finally gonna share with you guys how I do my SNS powder, dip powder nails at home. I'm not really sure how I'm going to mash this video together, but I think I'm just gonna go with more of a casual vlog style because I don't have the professional equipment to do fancy little camera angles. So we're just gonna roll with the punches here. I'm gonna first show you guys all the supplies I have. So first and foremost, you're going to need the SNS dip powder itself, and I go to a store called Sunlight, I think. I'm sorry if you hear David in the background.
Sorry.
I'm gonna put the addresses to the places that I go to locally, but I would suggest maybe going to your local Asian shopping market. Usually they will have like beauty supply stores there, really any beauty supply store, but I don't suggest Sally's because they are way too taxed and usually they don't really have that many options and variations of supplies. But definitely do your research to see where your local beauty shops are. But this is the one that I use. This is Chisel. There's another brand I also use called, it's literally called the Best Dipping Powder. That was just one of the top brands at that store that I went to sold. But I think Chisel's a pretty popular brand used in a lot of salons. I would also just, peek at the stuff that your salon uses and remember them. Try to snap a photo if you can, and I'll give you an idea of what brands to gear towards if you want to do this yourself. Yeah, so the powder, I'm doing white today, and then you're going to need the polishes. Luckily, the store that I went to had a brand that had kind of numbering system. So this is the bond, which you need to put on your nails before applying anything, after you've done your cuticles and stuff like that. And then you need the base, which is number 2, which is the gluing agent, I guess, you're going to use to put the powder on top of. And then you're going to need a sealer, which literally hardens the powder and makes the powder and the base kind of like mesh together and kind of be unbreakable essentially. And then of course your top coat, you want a shiny top coat. So those are the 4 polish thingies that you're gonna need. I noticed that in some salons they don't actually do all 4 steps, which is kind of like, why? Then your nails are just gonna chip off, they're gonna lift. It's kind of weird. Because the one that I went to, they never did 4 steps, they literally just used the base. So I don't know. No shade. And then you're going to need, well, for removal you would need acetone. I just figured I'd show you guys what mine looks like. And then cuticle oil. So what I do with the cuticle oil, I'm gonna put it on my nails right now actually to kind of let it soak in. I've already filed my nails to the size and the shape that I want them to be, but you'll notice all my nails are actually different lengths because a few have broken and a few are still going in strong. Like, I'm gonna show you guys how strong my nails are. I don't know if it's gonna focus. There we go. So I'm gonna try to show you guys how strong my nails are. Like, they're not bending. I'm like pushing down on them and they're pretty freaking strong. A few of the ones I broke because whenever I wash dishes, my nails get really soft, or when I'm in the shower, my nails just get really soft just being in that water for that long, and then I chip it off and then they just break, or I'm opening a can or something and I break them off. It's just inevitable. It's fine. It happens. So I have cuticle oil all over my nails right now, and then I'm gonna soak them in lukewarm water so that I can remove all the dead skin around and stuff. And then the other thing that I have is this bad boy. This is not necessary. I did not have this at first, but I decided to invest in it since I've realized that doing this at home is going to be a normal thing now. This is the drill machine that I use. I got on Amazon. I'm going to link that below also. And I guess I'll share with you guys this too while we're here. These are the little nail caps that I use to remove the SNS powder, which I will also link down below. You just put the cotton balls or cotton buds or whatever, and put acetone on it, and then you just clip your nails so you don't have to be using foil. But I'll put that away because we're not going to use that today. So after soaking my fingers for a little bit in water and in my cuticle oil, I'll use this cuticle stone to kind of just remove the extra dead skin around my cuticles. Okay, if you can see that dead skin on there, there we go. Do you guys see that? I don't know if you can really see that little chunk there. So I just go through around my cuticle and push off the dead skin, because cleaning out your cuticles will give you a better base and also keep the polish from lifting when your nails are growing out. Alright, so I've already prepped my nails. I've cleaned out my cuticles. My cuticles are ready to go. So now I'm just removing any shininess from my nails with this buffer. You can get a buffer from like Target. Target. I think CVS might have one. This is the one that I got from the beauty supply store where I got all the other stuff from as well. You want to remove any shine because you want to make sure that the bond really sinks into your nail beds. Okay, so after the buffing, I'm going to just apply the bond, which is again the first layer of polish that you should put on your nails, and you just want to apply it everywhere. Alright, so I'm gonna demonstrate on one nail and then just time lapse the rest because that would be a really long video if I showed every single nail. Alright, so now we can grab the base, and make sure you open up your powder and prepare your nail filing drill. This is the drill bit that I'm using. Honestly, I don't really know the numbers and all the technicalities. I just use trial and error. Mind you, I'm not a professional. This is just something that I have started doing at home. But anyway, so I open up my powder and I'll grab my base. And here is the trick. I'm gonna actually try to maneuver my camera so you guys can see clearly what I do. Alright, so the trick to applying the powder is to make sure that you do it in 3 layers at least. Grab this guy and tap off one side of the brush. So you want to start off kind of slightly above half on your nail. So I'm gonna apply like that. And make sure you cover the entire surface. Don't want any missing places there. Make sure you also get the front tip of your nail. Oh my god, I got it all over my hand. Okay, so you guys can see that shiny spot. That's where I applied my first layer. You want to make sure you're really careful with this base coat because it is super sticky. It's like super glue. So you want to clear up the ends to make sure no powder gets on there. Sorry, I'm really bad at recording this. But you want to clear out the ends just like this. And then you want to grab your powder and you want to dip at a 45-degree angle. And I usually do about 3 times and then I tap it off. And at this point, I would typically move on to another finger, but since I'm just going to show you guys how I apply just on one finger, I will show you guys what I do next. After this, I will dust off the bottom first with this giant brush. You can use any makeup brush that you have recently cleaned, anything like that, and just dust off the excess powder. Okay, so it looks like that. And then you're going to apply another layer. And you're going to apply it slightly higher than the first time. So you're gonna go above the layer that you put on the first time. And just like this. I'm sorry if my camera's not focusing clearly. I don't have anyone to adjust the focus. Okay, so, oops, I think I got something on there. Okay, then I'm gonna dip again, 45-degree angle, 2 times. Blow off the extra dust. Sometimes I'll just use my own fingers and just dab it off like that. And what's really important also, you wanna make sure that your brush is clean. I didn't check that. Should have checked that earlier. Then you're going to apply another layer. Since this nail is pretty long, I think I'm gonna do 4. Well, you know what? 3 is gonna be okay. So I'm getting really close to the cuticle. So I watched a video that really helped me out. I'll link it down below also. But you don't want to touch your cuticle, you just want to get really close to it. And then you're going to dip it again in at a 45-degree angle. I don't think my brush was clean when I dusted off the polish or the powder, because now I see a little like gray mark at the tip, but that's okay. So I'm gonna dust that off. And then you're gonna have time to kind of clean it up. So I'm gonna take the sealer, which is number 3, and just apply a really good coating of that on top to make sure that your bond and the powder is all together. And then you're gonna wait a few minutes. While we wait for that, I'm gonna go ahead and do another nail and show you guys once more. Okay, so this is what happens when you get the base all over your finger. It creates this like chalky thing. I'm gonna get it off with acetone, but let me just get through this right now. And now I'm gonna show you guys how I use the drill bit. Back to the first nail, and I kind of just make sure that everything is even across the entire nail, because you don't really want like a lump or an uneven lump per se. So you just try to get it as straight as possible. And in the application process itself, you want to try to make it as even as possible when you apply the actual SNS powder to prevent more work when you are filing your nail. And with the way that I did this, I don't really need to file that much because I've practiced enough, but with the first time around, I had to file a lot. So don't be discouraged if you have to file pretty much half your nail off. It's fine. Or not half your nail, but half the polish off. It's okay. And then you want to grab your nail file. I have this really thick nail filer. I think it's 80/100 grit. And I just try to shape up my nail. I usually do like, what is it called? An oval. Because I think that shape is best for me to prevent any breaking. Clearly, I didn't do very well this round of doing my nails because half my nails are freaking broken. But you want to make sure that you file on the sides very, very diligently and make sure that everything is straight, because that's how you're going to keep your nail from breaking. Alright, so I'm just going to continue to do my nails and then show you guys the end result. I'll do a quick little time lapse so you guys have something to look at, but that's pretty much the process. And you just do that over and over again and continue to file. The trick is filing, so enjoy this little time lapse. So after doing that time lapse, I got sucked into actually doing my nails. I finished up all my fingers and realized that I didn't even close the video because my camera ended up dying because I had it rolling for so long. But I'm going to show you guys the end result, and what I basically did was just throw on some clear polish and yeah, let it dry out. I did buff it actually before I put the clear polish on with that little buffer that I had so that it could be as smooth as possible. But that's what it looks like now, and just please keep in mind I'm not a professional. I just took this on because I was being cheap and didn't want to spend like $70 every time I went to the salon to get my nails done. And I'm getting better with practice, so definitely practice, practice, practice. Keep at it, don't give up, because you should have seen what it looked like the first time I did it. It was horrendous. But yeah, that pretty much completes this video. I hope it was helpful in some way, shape, or form and kept you entertained for a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, please hit the like button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.